everyone, it's Nat at Mud Magic. Thanks for joining me today. This is my very first YouTube video, so I'm really nervous, and my very first glaze kiln unloading for my new to me kiln. This is Freddie Mercury. I loaded him Christmas Day. It's now like the 29th or something, so I had to wait for Trace to be here. She's been here through everything with me with pottery, and she had to be here for my first unloading, and there are some of her pieces in here as well. So let's do this thing. So nervous. Okay, well, the first good thing is they haven't exploded, so I like that. So first thing we'll do is our homework, which is our cones. So my goal was to get to cone 5.5, and we haven't even got to 5. So that's 5, it's just bending. It should be flat, and 6 should be bending. So we haven't got there, but anyway, at least it's not overfired and they haven't all burnt off. So that's good. So the very first piece out, which is so pretty, I'll get one of Tracy's out. This is her mug. Now Trace is still learning, so this is beautiful. I think, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is power turquoise with obsidian. I got a thumbs up, and it's really beautiful. I love the power turquoise, the color, it's stunning. She was very careful with the black when she painted it. Took her ages, but it's actually, the power turquoise has run anyway, so there was probably not much point, but it's gorgeous. She can hold that and have a little feel of that because it's beautiful. And then one of mine, so this is on the black clay, so it's just clear, and then that's just one glaze, which is the Mayco firecracker. It's a one of the I can't remember what they're called now, but anyway, it's just one glaze. And I like that. That's really pretty. It's good. It runs a lot, but yeah, I like that. That's nice. And then we'll do another one of Tracy's, which I know she's been looking forward to seeing this. This is actually storm, rainforest, and snow all swirled together, which are all Amaco. I should have said most of these are Amaco, and there are some Mayco glazes. It's come out really pretty. Where the snow reacts, you get the little sort of oil spot, they call it, effect, the little bubbly kind of effect. But she's got a happy face. It's very pretty. This is Jungle Gems, that's what it's called. This is another Mayco Jungle Gems. This one is called Monsoon Seas, I believe. Again, it's on the black clay, which is it's a bit muted, but it might be better on white clay or something like that. But yeah, that's nice. And then we have, this is one that I marbled, Kiln 6 black clay and Kiln 6 white, and I just marbled the two together, and it's a bit muted. The bottom you can see is better, that's pretty, but the inside's very black, but you know, that's okay. And I just used a cheese grater thing to kind of like facet, they call it faceting the outside. It's a bit black, but that's all right, it's all learning. And that is shelf number 1 done. So let's take out my cookies and my first shelf, and we will move down. So this is so exciting, moving this off. Okay, oh wow, okay, that's a good wow. Wow, okay. So again, they're not exploded, I like that. Get rid of the kiln props. This is how I wanted to see my cone. So this is awesome. So cone 5 is dead, that's what I wanted. And cone 6 is just melting. So I would call that about a 5.5. So that's exactly where I wanted it. So that's awesome. Very, very, very happy with that. It makes me worry that further down it's going to be really over 5, but we'll see. Now the first thing I'm going to get out, because this is beautiful, this is on a Tracy's, she loves the actual shape of this piece, and I've been trying to do the purple crystal glaze, couldn't get it. So she saw that you would put purple crystal on obsidian, both Amaco, and look at what she's got. I know, it's stunning. Can you see? It's matte, it's quite a matte glaze, but this is shiny, this is gloss. But oh, the purple, I've always got a real dark blue, a real boring blue. That's beautiful. So there you go. If you're having trouble with purple crystal, put it on obsidian. That's amazing. Beautiful. Oh, and that's right. if any I'm showing you, so the Jungle Gems I only did 2 coats, most Mayco's 2. Everything else is 3 coats, but I know with that purple crystal, Trace went 4 because that's another thing we saw. If you go real heavy, you'll get the purple. So she went 4 coats with that and it worked. Now the other little tester that I was doing that I'm actually happy with, again, a lot of these are just testers being my first kiln, but I wanted to see what would happen with underglaze over the little feather transfers. So I watered down the underglaze a bit and you can see the feathers coming through. So that's actually worked it's quite pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it's come through quite pretty. Just a little tester just to see what would happen. And then we have got, oh, another of Tracy's. This is again beautiful. So one of my go-to combos, which I love, is Rainforest and Snow. They're both Celadons by Amaco. Overlapped, they give the oil spot. So that Rainforest is actually a bit of a darker green this time than we've seen before. So I'm not sure why, but it is on the brown clay. That'll be why. Instead of being on the white clay, I usually do it on the white. So if you want to do a Celadon on the brown clay, sometimes it's better to do a white underglaze first. So you're effectively making it a white clay. Then you put the Celadon on and it shows better. But with the Rainforest, it's okay because it's a darker one anyway. But that's beautiful. I love that. Very nice. And then this one, this is a bit strange. This one is, again, just transfer, playing with transfer. So most of them are sandbow transfers. So I put that on first and then I put marigold Celadon over the top of everything. And then I saw somewhere if you put weeping plum Celadon over, you get this pretty pink, which is pretty, but I should have gone over the whole thing. It looks a bit odd where I've sort of finished it. So I think if I had gone over the whole lot with the weeping plum, it would have been prettier. But still, you live and learn. And believe me, I'm a novice, we're all learning. So another marbled mug, this one I love. This I've used more of the blue stain than I've used in the past and it's quite dark, but it's really pretty and you can really see the white. So that's the Keen 6 white. And then I've just kneaded in the blue stain, wedged in, and then the white, it's actually the speckled white, you can, I don't know if you can see, but the tiny little brown speckles, which is kind of cute, but yeah, I really like that colour, that's really nice. Okay, so then, this one, the last one on this shelf, this was a definite tester, it actually warped in the bisque, so I decided to do it as a tester. So what I did with this one is, I did iron luster all over this part, that's just mulberry Celadon, but iron luster all over, and then outside we've got texture, inside no texture, and just wanted to see what would happen. But it's really interesting because I've written down the bottom here, so you've got toasted sage, oatmeal, chun plum, that's got a lot more purple than I thought. I really like that, that's really pretty. Honey flux, I believe. It's sort of dribbled over, I can't read it. Emerald Falls. Seaweed's a bit blur, but yeah, there you go. That's iron luster with iron Celadon over. I really didn't know what was going to happen there. I thought we might just get brown being a Celadon, but I actually really like that. It's sort of almost a gold. That's actually really pretty. I like that. I'll use that again. That's blue rutile. And we're back to the beginning. And then you've got them inside with no texture. So just to see how it broke on the texture. So that's a really great piece to keep. So in future when I want to do something, I can look at that and know what I want to do. So I like that. So that shelf done. I would say I am happy with all those pieces, which is good. Now going down further, hopefully it hasn't gotten even hotter and oh no, they still look good, so that's good. Okay. So these cones, very similar to the last shelf, which is great. The 6 hasn't quite gone as far, but the 5 is gone and 6 just going, so happy with that. So it means that my teacher Pete actually set this whole kiln up for me, thanks Pete, and it looks like the programming is perfectly what I wanted. It's not too hot because I like doing a lot of pinks and purples that burn out if you go too hot. So the first one, which I didn't really know if I was going to like, and I'm not a yellow person, but again, it was just testing. So that's a black clay, and then the Keen's white 6 with the yellow wedged in. So, you know, I guess if you're a Balmain supporter, you might like that. So maybe some man who loves Balmain. It's bright, it's worked, it's nice. I guess maybe if it had another color, I don't know. Bumblebees, if you like bumblebees, I don't know. So then this is another one that I was testing, the red and the turquoise stains that I wedged in. So we had, yeah, that'll be a nice little, that can be a holder for my paintbrushes or something, but again, it was just for the color, so I can, if I want to marble in future, I can see the colors and how they work. This one again, you know, all potters know, don't pick up your greenware by the rim, right? And yet we all do it, and then we do this. So interestingly, that I still fired it because I wanted to see how that pink stain obviously burns out again. So now that I know that the top shelf fires a lot cooler, I might put the pink on the top. But when I put that in, that was quite pink, and that's buff, like, I guess it's got a slight pink tinge to it, but yeah, it's pretty much gone, which is a shame. But again, that was just obviously a test. I could say that's a spoon rest, you know, I did it on purpose. Now this one is, again, that's the Spectrum, that's the reactive red. It's actually pinholed quite a lot, which is interesting. I'm not sure why, but I wanted to see what it would do, because again, I like pinks, what it would do with honey flux over. So that's actually giving you more pink. So if I can, I didn't go far because I didn't know how much it would run. Or maybe that's the, that might be light flux. So the small heart, oh no, it is honey flux. So it's, oh, sorry, see, I'm wrong, I should look at my notes. It's actually the Amaco Hi-Fi Scarlet Red. So that makes me feel better, the fact that it's come out red. And that's interesting that it makes it pink with the honey flux on the rim. So I would go down further with that, but that's good. That's a good tester. And then this one I saw somebody did river rock all over with texture, and I wanted, and it was beautiful. It had through all blues and greens. It was just river rock, which is what this is. So I wanted to see if I could get the same reaction, but I haven't. It's just brown. It's not, it needs something over it, maybe some sapphire float or something over it. It's a good base, I guess, but it's nothing to write home about. Again, it's a good test. And yeah, anyway, we now know what river rock does. Well, I know in my kiln. Now this one, I've purposely kept this one for last because it's a very funny mug. This was inspired by Ness's vase. Ness will know I asked her for photos of her vase. So I just decided I didn't like the mug, I didn't like the handle, I was just gonna go a bit nuts with it. It's weird. So this is all the Hi-Fi Amaco range that are stable glazes. So you've got the bright yellow, baby blue, turquoise, I think it's called violet. And I just went in, I just splobbed it inside and just thought, I'll see what happens, but I thought I'd really like them to all meld together. So I put, was it light flux? Oh, well, I don't know because I didn't write it down. So there you go. But it is all the HF range, but it's either light flux or honey flux, and it didn't pull down. I think it might have been light flux. It didn't pull like I wanted to, but anyway, it's reacted and turned them brown and weird anyway. So anyway, that's a bit of a fail, but again, a good test for colours. The purple worked nicely. That's that shelf done. I think we've got one more shelf to go. So just gonna, yeah, last shelf. Oh, okay. So Julie, if you're watching, Julie asked me to make her a bowl, and then she said to me that she likes burgundy and cream. Well, I have burgundy glaze, so I was experimenting. So if she doesn't like this, I can always make another one. That's fine, it's just clay, right? So this is, Julie, this is your bowl. I can only see the top. So what I did was, chun plum. Oh, we've had a bit of, oh no, that's okay. Chun plum with honey flux, and actually I love it. I think it's very, very pretty. So the chun plum can be quite dark, so I thought I'll put the honey flux over to try and get the cream. I've got a bit of a yellowy kind of down here where it's melting, but it's beautiful. I tried it, that smudged a bit, the butterfly, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be up to Julie if she likes that or not, but I like it. I will definitely use that color combination again. I think that's really pretty. So there we go. And then we have got, take out the kiln props. You should learn that before you smash things. And then down the, we've got the, forgot to do my cones. So again, we've got, oh, that's a broken one, so there you go. But 5's bent right over and 7 hasn't. So it looks like we're the same, 5.5 right through except the top shelf. So the top shelf will be good for my pinks. Well, I'll try it for my pinks. This one. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I like the top of that. So that one was a test again. So that was frosted lemon, but I can't remember lavender mist. So they're both Mayco glazes, and that's the first time I've used the lavender mist, and it's over the frosted lemon, and that's pretty. It could have come down further. Yeah, and the dribbles are a bit weird, but yeah, I like that. It's a very pretty color. So that's a good one. I like that. Then we have just another marbled mug. So that's the Keen 6 speckled with the Keen's 33 speckle buff or brown or whatever you want to call it. I really love that combination. It's always a favorite of mine. I just like it. I don't know why. I just like it. It's nice. And then just clear over, of course. Then we have, oh, now that's kept its color. That's interesting. So that's very pretty. So that again is just marbled. That's the violet, which I've never been able to keep the violet before, but I put probably about 3 or 4 times more than I have in the past of the stain in there, and it's kept its violet. That's really pretty. And I've also in the past marbled it with the pink, and they seem to meld together. So having it by itself like that with the white speckle, oh, I love that. That's really pretty. So then the last piece, which I've kept for last on purpose, is the piece Mum and Dad commented on and liked, is the little, so that's just on the black clay with the transfers. I was just playing with transfers. It's a textured transfer. It sort of lost it a bit, but it was quite hard to apply because I had to apply strips, but I think from a distance you can't really see the joins too badly, and if you just put it like that with a flower in it you won't see them anyway. So that's just again a sandbow on the black clay with clear over. So pretty easy but pretty effective using those transfers. So thank you for joining me. I like to do a piece of the kiln, and I think it's pretty easy for me today that this one, because it's Tracy's as well, but also because that purple, oh, I'm so impressed. Honestly, that's hard to get, and a lot of YouTube videos, kiln unloadings I've watched, people just can't get that purple to work. So I'm really excited to try that myself as well. It's really pretty, and I think Julie's bowl I really love as well, so I hope she loves it. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.